welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to see you. I trust you are keeping safe. If this is your first time on my channel, please do me a favor by hitting the subscribe button. Today we are going to be talking about how to use Microsoft Excel in our mobile phones. Please, if this is your first time on my channel, kindly do me a favor by hitting the subscribe button. If you have been coming and you have not subscribed to my channel, please, Biko, Mbo, please do me a favor by hitting the subscribe button because this channel is going to be very educative. It's going to be informative. You're going to enjoy the ride with me. So please stay with me. I appreciate as many who have subscribed to my channel. So going straight to the point, we're going to be talking about how to use Microsoft Excel in our mobile phones. What is Microsoft Excel? Microsoft Excel is simply a spreadsheet developed by the Microsoft for Windows, for MacOS, for Android, and for iOS. What is it used for? It's used for calculation, graphing tools, pivot tables. It's simply used for organizing data and performing financial analysis. It can be used in all companies, in all businesses, across all businesses, both large and small. It is an important tool that enables us to organize our data. It enables us to organize our data and helps us to make informed decisions. So, of course, a lot of times to use Microsoft Excel, we may have to use our laptops. But now we can comfortably use this Microsoft Excel in our phones. So we're going to be talking about how we can use this Microsoft Excel in our phone and achieve the exact result we would have been achieving if we use our laptop. So I'm going to be sharing my screen with us on how we can use this Microsoft Excel in our phones. So please sit back and share as I share the screen with you. Please remember to hit the subscribe button.
Which is on how to use Microsoft Excel in our mobile phones. First, you need to have the Microsoft Excel in your mobile phone. And how do you get this? For those who use Android phones, you go to your Google Play Store. And when you go to your Google Play Store, you type the WSP Office app, the WSP Office. So I already have this application on my phone. So for those who do not have, this will display the download option. The download option, and you simply click the download option. When you are done downloading, it will show you an interface where you can click open like what I have. So you click open. Those who are using it for the first time, it will prompt you to give the application permission. You go on and give the application permission. So for me, I already have this application and I have been using it. And so it will not have to prompt me to give the application permission. So you can go on and give the application permission if this is your first time of downloading this application to your phone and you have not signed up to Microsoft. So you can simply do that. So when you open the spreadsheet, you see different spreadsheets. You see different spreadsheets, different samples of forms you can use. Different samples of forms you can use. Different samples of forms you can use. You see different samples of forms you can use. Different designs. Different designs you can use comfortably. So today we will be using the blank sheet. We will be creating using the blank sheet. So we go on to click the blank sheet to create. So it gives you a spreadsheet where you can walk around and do anything you want to do. So today we will be creating vendor lists. We'll be creating vendor lists. So we'll go on to name our sheet. What do we name our sheet? We'll name it vendor lists. So we will name our sheet. Our sheet will be called vendor list. You enter, and that is the sheet, vendor list. So now, to impute data on this spreadsheet the way it is, first in each of the cell to impute, you will double click. When you double click, it gives you it displays the keyboard for you to type in. So another thing you can do is click. When you double click, it shows you the edit option, it shows you the copy. So I'm just going to give you a breakdown of what we can do with the first 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. I'll just explain what you can do with the first 7 options. So the first option, which is edit, the first option enables you to impute data. Like when I clicked, you can see that the keyboard popped up, so you can put in, for example, you can just type in happy, and it enters. So let's move on to the second one. I'm going to come back to this. So the second one is copy. So this copy function enables you to replicate what you have here into another cell. This is copy, and because I have copied, you can see it. I'll simply click paste. So I have happy in both cell A and cell B. So our third option there is cut. So the cut option enables us to take out the entire data in that cell into another cell, which means instead of deleting and losing it, this time around you're cutting it out completely from the cell, which means the data will no longer be in that cell, but it can be taken to another cell. So let's say this is it, and I paste it here. So we go to the next option, which is delete. So this delete enables us to eliminate the data completely. It enables us to eliminate the data completely. For example, I want to delete this data. I'll simply click delete, and it is gone. So proceeding on it, we have the translation option. This translation option enables us to translate. It enables us to translate from this language, from English. This is English. So we'll be translating to Chinese. Let's try it out. This is going to take a while, so we'll move to something else. So we'll go on to talk about the clear option. This clear option enables us to simply clear, delete or eliminate what we have in the cell. So you click this and it is gone. So we said today we'll be creating our vendor list. So when you click the edit to enable us impute, if you look down to the left side of your phone, you will see. So if you look down to the left side of your key, you will see this sign that enables you to choose to make more options. So looking at this, we can see the home, we see the file, we see view, insert, data, which is just like what we have on our status bar when you use the Windows. So now we have different, we'll go on and impute our. So we'll start by including dates. Call this cell, we'll call this dates, the dates our vendor came in, and here we'll have name, we have address, we have the service they render, we have their phone number. So we can simply make this bold twice. We have a good number of colors to play around with. So let's use this. Yes. So here, simply go on to impute today's date. So today's date is 20th of August 2021. There is a shortcut to getting. Example, we'll be using, let's say, the G brand. Okay. Their address. Let's use 23 23 Sarah's Avenue off Orwell Street. Orwell Street, Port Harcourt, Nigeria. What a lengthy address, right? So looking at the address, we can see that there is need for us to wrap this address. So how do we wrap our address? So it will look exactly like what we have in our laptops. So you look at the down left side of your phone. When you look at it, you see the icon that has 4 dots. That icon will enable you to see other options, other functions. So you simply click on it and it will pop up different functions. So we have a lot of functions here. We can see the font size, we can see the font type, we can see bold, Italian, we can see underline. We can also see text colors, which we can play around. For example, let's try this. So you see that our color, the text is turned to blue. So of course we are using black, so we'll go back to black. So we can also see the fill color, which enables us to fill the cells. So for example, let's try this. So you can see that our cell has been filled with yellow. So of course we are not filling our cell. So we move to the next one. We'll see align text. Align text enables us to position our text where we want it to be, just like what we have in our laptops. You want to centralize, you want it to the left, you want it to the right, you want it up, you want it down, you want it at the middle. The align text enables you to do all of these things. So we see border. Border enables us to put borders on our cells. We can see the different border styles. So down here we have the fit height, we have the fit width, we have the wrap text, which is what we want to use now, and we have merge. So hopefully we'll be able to use some of these options or functions before we end our class or in our subsequent classes. So now we go on to use our wrap text. You can see that it has changed and we have our text in one cell. We have our text in one cell. So looking at this, our text is in one cell. So what service does, oh my God. So What service does the G brand renders? For example, the G brand, let's say she's a baker, and then she supplies celebration cakes, for example. So her contact number, for example, for example, we have plus 23480925678 9. When we enter this number, it's going to show like a formula. Let's see, for example, can we see this? So this is not what we want. What we want is the contact number. So now we come up to add this to our contact number. So with this sign, we are able to have our contact number to ourselves. See, right there. So we move to the next one. Let's enter our next vendor. So I mentioned something earlier that there are other ways of imputing dates to your cells without having to type it. So how do we get this? If you look at the down part of your, if you look right above your keyboard, that's the downside of your cell, right above your keyboard, you will see by the right the function key. That's the formula keys, and then you see the digits, you see the letters. So immediately after the letters, what you find is an icon that looks like a calendar. You see an icon that looks like a calendar. That icon that looks like a calendar, just click on it. So when you click on it, you can see that we have different dates displayed here. So what date would we want to use? We can decide to use 19th of August. So we go on to use 19th of August. We click OK. See, we have our 19th of August right in our cell. So we have 19th of August right in our cell. Who is our next service provider? So our next service provider is, for example, let's use ABN Stores. ABN Stores. And for example, their address is number four, Ada George. Number 4 at the George Street, Port Harcourt, Rivers State. So we still go on to repeat the process of wrapping our text. We go on to wrap our text. We wrap our text. So what service does ABN Stores render? For example, they supply writing materials. So they supply writing materials, and we have it there. Contact number, for example, we'll go on to use this contact number. For example, we use plus 234 806 5478921. Okay, so we have this. Isn't this more than 11 digits? Okay, so we have this. So we move to the next one, and the next vendor, for example, the next vendor is Ernest. Guess why I'm using Ernest? Ernest is my very close neighbor in the office. So yes, my personal person in the office. So he's going to own a store. A company. I think that's what he said. He's going to own a company, and that company will be called Ernest Company. Nestor Resources. Okay, so we're going to be calling this cell. We're going to be calling this brand Nestor Resources. Nestor Resources. Okay, so for example, the address is number 606 Orok. Oh, good. I don't know where this name is coming from, but I remember something about Orok. Orok Street. Close to Unical Main Gate, Calabar, Cross River State. So of course, I like to use live examples, right? Live examples, and that's how I enjoy my class by using live instances. So, Orok is a street in Calabar, right? A street in Calabar. In fact, a street where I I lived during my university days. So, and it's close to Unical Main Gate. Okay, so for example, Nestor Resources provides, what service would they be providing for us? For example, for example, they supply the supply files. Let's keep it simple. The supply files, of course, is not a that's not, they're going to be doing more than that, so it's not just files. So they supply files. So we do, their contact number is 234-80724568, for example. So we have our three we have entered three vendors. So now we have a pool of vendors to walk around with. So another thing we can do to this spreadsheet is to add a title. So adding a title to this spreadsheet, we can simply, when you double click, you find the options displayed where we can find among the options displayed, you find insert role. So you insert the role and give a title to this spreadsheet. So we'll be calling it Service Providers List. So what can we do differently to this list, to this title? We can make it bold, and then we can also increase the cell by expanding the cell. We can also decide to merge. We have meshed this. So another thing we can do also, we can align our text the way we want to align our text. So this is good. So we can align our text. We can also use the enter key to centralize our text. Of course, it depends on what we want and how we want to use our Excel sheet. So another thing we can do is to add color to our title. So what color would you like us to use? What color would you like us to use? You can enter the color, your favorite color. You can enter your favorite color on the comment section. I would like to see that. So for example, should we use this green? I think there's something about this green in myself. Maybe we can use this green instead. So I think that's good. And then we can also decide to change, to add colors to our different roles. So we can decide to add colors to our different roles. So what color do you think will go with this better? This looks fine. It looks smile and fine, right? Do you like it? I think this is fine. What's your thoughts? I think this is fine. Let's go with this. So we can also choose to give this a different color. I like color combo actually. So I like color combo. So we can also decide to color this row. What color would you want us to give to the? Oh, this is quite thick. I think this is fine. You can actually give me your color. Give You can decide to use any color you want to work with. Of course, there are a lot of colors to work around here with, so it's your choice, and your creativity to choose the color you like to work with. So you can work with as many colors as you want to work with. So I think I like to, okay, I would like to introduce another thing to you. Another thing I would like to introduce to you is the field format. So I'd like to introduce the format painter to you, rather. So the format painter, what it helps you to do is to simply copy the color or the font size, the cell is to simply duplicate the cell, what you have in a particular cell in another cell. So for example, what we have here is this orange? Is this orange or red? Well, you understand the colors maybe better. So this color, we want to replicate this color, or what we have, this cell, we want to replicate it in another, duplicate it in another cell. So let's see what it looks like here. Can you see? Can you see that the exact color and the same font we had on this cell is what we now have here. So that is the use of the font of the format painter. So with the format painter, you can duplicate what you have in a particular cell into another cell. So let's also increase the font size of this our title. We can increase our font size. So you see, we've increased our font size and it looks bigger. We can still increase it. It's your choice. It's all about you playing around the Excel sheet with what the way you want to play around. So now we have this and we can still align our text. We can align our text. Say we can align our text. We can centralize, do however we want to do it. It's left for us to play around with our text or our Excel the way we want it. The way we want it. So in our next class, we're going to be talking about how to calculate using Excel sheets in our phones. How to calculate using Excel sheets, using Microsoft Excel. How to calculate using Microsoft Excel in our phones. So we don't really have to use our laptops before we are able to analyze, to do financial analysis, or to manage our data with Excel sheets. So thank you very much for today. I hope you have learned 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 lessons um from today's edition or today's lesson or today's video. Do well to stop by in your next visit to YouTube. This is Updates with Yeni. Always check back for useful videos, innovative and mind blowing business videos. Thank you.